Shout out to each and everyone watching. It's your boy, MarkN MUFC fan. You know what it is, guys. I was a bit under the weather yesterday, so no streams for me. But today, your boy is back. Hopefully, each and every one of you are going to get some updates. We're doing a match preview today as we look at Fulham. As Man United prepare to take on Fulham, as we get ready for the second game of the Premier League season. And of course, guys, it's going to be an interesting situation. Can Man United get their first 3 points on the road away at the Cottagers? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens there. And if you can look in the right side of my screen, you can see the injuries for Fulham, the injured players for Manchester United, of course. You know, in the last 15 times Manchester United has played Fulham, Manchester United has won 14 times, and Fulham only winning once. That's another interesting fact to notice, guys. It's going to be an interesting game. And of course, with the performance, oh, shout out to GB in the building, my brother from another mother. I hope you're well. Shout out to you, broski. My dear brother is here, so it's a good day as usual. And of course, guys, Man United with the strong performance against Arsenal. Of course, it wasn't the best. We didn't win, but we showed much more fight, much more competitive. We kind of dominated the game. On it was disappointing we couldn't get a goal into the back of the net. I think we're the better team for 90 minutes, but we still lost. So, looking forward to the game against Fulham, guys. I expect Man United to continue in the same vein of form. Of course, I expect there to be changes in the starting lineup. I'm expecting to see Sesko start the game this time, maybe playing about 60 minutes. And I expect Man United to get some early goals in this game because Sesko is going to be hungry to prove himself. Of course, they're going to have a target man who can handle himself. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. I can't wait to see the performance of Man United this weekend. It's a midday game on Sunday. You know what I mean? 11 a.m., 11 a.m. UK. It's going to be a fantastic showing from the boys. It's going to be a big win, as GB says. I look forward to that, of course. Great one says, shout outs to everyone in the chat. Why would I miss Ten Hag, bro? At the end of the day, he's not the manager of Man United anymore, and I'm a Man United fan. So great question, bro. You know what I mean? But interestingly enough, guys, since I didn't get to do a preview stream yesterday about transfer talk, I will fit in some transfer talk into this match preview stream. Of course, I'll give you a little bit of an update, guys, because I spoke about Sen Lamens every single stream. I always said to each and every one of you that Sen Lamens was a goalkeeper Man United admired. His price and this movement did not affect any of Manchester United goalkeepers. If Man United signed the player, it was always going to be in the last 2 weeks of the window. It's a deal that's very easy for Man United to do. The player wants the move, the club wants the move, Man United wants the player, and of course, it's only about 20 to 25 million euros. It was always this price. You can check back the last 15 transfer market streams I do for the last 7 weeks, guys, or 3 weeks, guys, and you can see every single stream I said the same thing about Sen Lamens. Man United will make a move for this player in the back end of the window. The last 2 weeks, we will make a move for this player. And so it has happened. Now, when you see the price 20 to 25 million euros, whether it be 20 million euros guaranteed with 5 million in add-ons, of course, I've been talking about this for the last 6 weeks. So it will be interesting to see when the deal is finally completed, how that goes. Now, interestingly enough, Man United might be looking at Stiller. And of course, guys, I had not spoken about this yesterday, but it's going to be interesting. And in the last moments, the last gasp, it's a very easy signing to do, which makes this move very easy for Manchester United. 35 million euros is around the price point. It could rise with another possible 5 million in add-ons, but that's a possibility. Now, if Man United were to go in for that player, that deal would happen in a matter of 24 to 48 hours, guys. And what I can say is that there's interest. Man United have sent players to have sent scouts to look at the player in the game that's going to be coming up tomorrow. And of course, they might be making a further decision on that player over this weekend. But currently, Man United are focused on what they are doing with Sen Lamens. Of course, guys, in the last week, we were focused on Belieber. That deal fell through. And of course, now we're moving on to the transfers as per scheduled. What Laurie Whitmel Bomber, Ridwan? I'm not there, but maybe you can share it in the chat, broski. Shout out to you, of course, always. Shout out to Nick S in the building every single time. Big up to you, my brother. It's going to be very interesting to see which one of these players come in. If both of them make a transfer to Manchester United in the closing moments of this transfer window. Of course, the Belieber deal was blocked completely by Brighton, so there was no chance of that happening anymore. And sometimes it is like that, guys. Money is not an object, but sometimes the selling club just doesn't want to sell the player. Now, Man United are set to start a game that will shock the opponents. Of course, no one expected Man United to dominate Arsenal in the manner that they should. So every team is going to be looking at Man United standout performances coming from Mbumo, Cunha, as well as other defensive players in and about the team. Sesko came in for like a 10, 15 minutes, but you can't expect too much from the youngster. It was just his first couple moments in the Prem wearing a United shirt. I can't guarantee this. What I would say is that he is a player that's coming in to compete for the number one position. I don't think he's going to go in immediately as the number one. I think what has happened this season is that Ruben Amorim is going to give Bayern there a run of games and then make a decision on the player depending on his performances over the next maybe 3 to 5 games, I would say. And then if he doesn't perform well, I think Sen Lament is going to go right into the starting lineup. And of course, we've seen the quality of this youngster. He's able to play very well with his feet, and he's very good at shot stopping as well. So I expect this to be something that happens at some point in the season, but I dare not say that he goes straight into the starting lineup as the first choice. There has been reports that he will be fighting for that first choice role, and that's what he was coming here to do. So that's what I can tell you guys, what I know right as this moment. You know what I mean? I cannot lie to you guys. You are my people. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting, of course. Man United gearing up for this game. There's going to be a lot of different attacking points for Manchester United against this Fulham team. Manchester United, with the likes of Mbumo, can hurt any team coming down that right hand side now. There's a variety of attack patterns that comes with Mbumo playing off that right side. And he has Ahmad with him, which creates a lot of difficulty for defenders. Of course, coming through the middle, you have Matthias Cunha and Bruno Fernandes. And up front, there should be the starting role for a young striker who just came in, Benjamin Sesko. I would say he's a very, very almost generational type striker talent ability with unlimited potential. And I expect him to sound off his presence in the Premier League this weekend away at the Cottagers. Now, Benjamin Sesko is known for scoring prolific goals, amazing goals, and screamers from outside. We will see this. We will definitely see lots of this as the season progresses, but I expect to see a strong performance from Man United against the Cottagers on Sunday. Of course, the interesting thing is whether Mason Mount starts in the midfield or does Bruno start with the likes of Casemiro or an Ugarte next to him. That's going to be the interesting point for this starting game. How do we start in that midfield role will determine how the game is played. Of course, we've seen good performances in the defensive end. Of course, the mistake from Bayern there in the last game was what undone us with that one goal that he conceded very weakly. Hopefully, he has a better performance in the game this weekend coming. And of course, Man United gets the 3 points. Guys, I really apologize for yesterday not being able to come and give you guys a transfer update. I really was feeling under the weather. And of course, today, not so different. But my peeps, I can't leave you guys alone. I need to come and say hi to you all each and every day. So your boy is here, giving you the best as I can. Hopefully the energy is not too low today, guys, because I'm still trying to recover after waking up with fever yesterday. It was a difficult day for me. But I'm looking forward to the performance in the game coming. And of course, guys, I think you all should be looking forward to it as well. There's no stress from any one of us because we've bought well this summer. Of course, not only buying well, but the way the team is looking is that they are ready to compete and they are trying to work together and play team football, score team goals, team performances. And this can only bode well and carry Man United from strength to strength going forward each and every match week. So, you know, it's going to be a very interesting, of course. Bundesliga premieres tonight. It's going to be an historic Bundesliga premiere. Shout out to Mark Goldbridge, trailblazing the way. Of course, this guy securing the only channel on YouTube to stream Bundesliga live, and he's going to be streaming the Bayern game live tonight. history in the making. Of course, guys, hopefully we're not going to be too far behind. Maybe, sometime in the near future, your boy is streaming Bundesliga 2 or Serie A matches live right here. Watch alongs for each and every one of you to see. Of course, guys, the focus is always Manchester United, but of course, we love football. Excuse me. And excuse me. And what I would say is, guys, is that, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with the landscape in the next coming days. There's lots of moves. Of course, Man United have to get some outgoings. Garnacho, Sancho, Anthony, there are clubs interested like Brighton, and of course, other Premier League clubs interested in Anthony, like Aston Villa as well. Let's see how it goes. It's set to be a show-stopping finish to the end of the transfer window. It could be that Man United gets the bomb squad out of the door. And of course, that will certainly bode well for Manchester United going into the January window. And not only that, but going forward at all. You know what I mean? Nick S says, I don't think Bruno will ever be benched, so we won't know what it's like with another pairing in the midfield. But I mean to say, Nick, it's hard to say to want Bruno to be benched when without Bruno we usually don't perform as well. Now we can say that without him in the team, we haven't seen enough sample size of how we perform, but we actually have seen in the last 2 seasons how the team looks for 2 or 3 games without Bruno, and it doesn't really look that well unless we're playing, a lot weaker opposition. So it will be a transition to add players that will replace Bruno going forward in the future. I think that would be the Adam Wharton deal. I think he would be that player that would probably in the future sense replace Bruno Fernandes at some point. But let's see how it goes, guys. Let's see how it goes. It will be interesting, and of course, we will be here for the watch along. I hope you guys are here to join me. And of course, there's going to be some interesting stuff happening in the dynamics of this season, and we'll be here for it. If anything breaks or anything happens, we will be live again. But of course, Bali's not here. I'm not sure why he hasn't popped through yet, just yet, guys. But I'll be catching you guys later. I apologize, my camera just disappeared. But guys, yeah, it's been a short update. And of course, this one is a match preview slash update. And well, the real watch along is going to be on Saturday, of course. You can catch me on the Elite Footy Talks channel during the course of the weekend as well. I'll be bringing to you live watch alongs from other different leagues. If you guys want to watch the Serie A or Bundesliga or Bundesliga 2, check out Elite Footy Talks channel this weekend because we're going to be showing Fortuna Dusseldorf as well as AC Milan on that other channel as well. Guys, thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure to bring this news to you. We'll catch you guys later on. Your boy MarkN. Shout outs to each and every one of you coming in. Much love and respect. And hopefully I'm feeling much better tomorrow, guys. But shout outs.